Hello and welcome to the Craft Corner. Today we'll be creating an image of two owl babies sitting on a branch. Before beginning today's craft, you'll have to collect your supplies. A nice large blue sheet of paper will work well for your background. You'll also need construction paper in brown, orange, white, black, and green already cut to size, various colors of crayons, either white liquid glue or a glue stick, scissors, and tempera paint in brown, yellow, and white, as well as a cut corner of a sponge. The first step in creating our owl babies is dipping our sponge into the brown, the yellow, and the white paint. Yes, you do want to dip it in all three colors at the same time. Once the sponge has been dipped in all three colors of the tempera paint, use a dabbing motion to apply the paint to the paper in the shape of two ovals. These ovals will become our owl baby bodies. Because owl babies are soft and fuzzy, we want to make them look that way in our image. This technique allows us to do that. After completing your two ovals, take your brown construction paper. Hold it down with one hand, while the other lifts and tears the paper. This will create our branch. You want to make sure that your branch is ripped and not cut so that it has a nice rough texture, just like real branches have. By ripping both sides of the brown paper, you have created a rough texture, just like on a real branch. Glue the brown paper beneath our ovals. Eventually, this will become our branch on which the owl babies are perching. After you have placed the big brown branch, take your brown scraps and create little tiny branches with the same ripping method. Where will we glue these little branches? Do owl babies grow branches? No, silly. Owl babies don't grow branches. The big branch grows the little branches. Glue your little branches off of the big brown branch. At this time, we'll also be using our green construction paper and scissors to cut out leaves. To cut a leaf, simply cut all four corners off of your green construction paper. This creates a pointed oval. These green leaves will be glued off of our little tiny brown branches, not on our owls. The next step is to take our orange construction paper that's in the shape of a square and cut it in half, from one corner to the opposite corner that's the farthest away, thus cutting the paper in a diagonal. By doing this, we create two little triangles. These two little triangles will become our owl baby beaks. Glue these triangles in the center of the owl babies. After you have glued your beaks in place, take our white construction paper and scissors and cut two circles. These white circles will become the base of our owl baby eyes. Create the circles by simply cutting off the corners of the paper. Keep cutting after you've cut the initial four corners and cut the new corners off. By continuing to cut corners off, eventually you'll get a circle shape. Remember, you want your owl baby's eyes to be big because they are nocturnal animals. Don't cut your white paper down too small. Each owl baby has two eyes. You will need 4 white circles. After you've cut your circles, place them on the owl baby above their beak in the proper location for their eyes. Just as you cut the whites of your owl baby eyes, you can cut the black circles too. Remember, they have to be smaller than the initial white circles. Don't forget to glue everything down. Now that all of our cutting and gluing is done, we can have some fun with our crayons. Take the black crayon and draw your legs on your owl babies. Make sure they're nice and thick so their owl babies can actually stand up. If they're too thin, they'll fall over. Now draw an easy curved line on each side of your owl baby to make the wings. Taking the black crayon, draw lines on your leaves. This will give the effect of the veins growing inside the leaves. Now that the owl babies are done, we can have some fun drawing some bugs. This is the start of a bee. By creating an oval for the body, 2 circles for the wings, and a circle for the head, you create the body of the bee. That little triangle at the end there, that's going to be the stinger. By coloring in some black lines on the body, you create the stripes. Color the stinger and head black as well. Continuing with the black crayon, color in the veins of the wings and the antennae. Using the yellow crayons, color in the remaining stripes. Here's a poster to help you see how you did on your owl babies. Compare yours. Did you have a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4? If your owl baby image is a 4, good job! Look at all the different ways people have made their owl babies. Remember, when making your owl babies, have fun, be different, and make it your own.